Hello and welcome to Rivers. This is actually a replay that was sent to me. Can't remember exactly who, but I passed it on to one of the other casters. They haven't gone to it yet, so I'm hoping I don't steal it from them. Apologies if I do, because I've done that before, I know. So in this one we got the BC clan from the top. Actually, I'm not sure if they're all in the same team. It doesn't look like they are. Actually, BC the Dream has decided to go against his allies. Actually, no, I'm just tripping. So you have to realize I am tripping right now. So the BC clan is on the bottom. BC Tiep, a very good sentence player. He actually just beat me in the middle on sentence. Very well played. Of course, that Tech 1 sub made the difference. But whatever. And of course, Aeon in the back, Blackheart, and the Dream. So Seraphim and Yef up front, not surprisingly, and Aeon in the back. That's classic. Of course, Cyber now, this is with the new patch. They might be making a comeback. Also want to definitely mention there's a video with a whole bunch of crazy things happening in this game. It's actually a whole series of videos, but the latest one's pretty good. I'll have it linked in the descriptions. But definitely, if you see any crazy things happening in your games, save that replay and send it to your UES Shepherd. He'll put those videos together, which actually look really good. This reminds you of how crazy this game can get and how different. So, first fight, 2 Mech Marines. Perfect draw. And actually in that video there's some really crazy micro. He goes from really large scenes to just, yeah, there's one tank in there, which is, yeah, if you ever play UEF, that tank made you proud. So we're seeing here, Freshie stealing mass. Still haven't introduced Freshie. Chevalier, also Seraphim UEF, and in the back, Aeon, the Joker is Aeon, which exactly the same. Nobody wants Siren. See if they regret it. Celine versus Angie. Of course, this Angie has already done its deed. Stole all the mass. The ACU for Fresh is so aggressive, running past the midpoint, going against the Dream, who just finished the factory. On the other side, we still have some Mech Marines from Chevy. Killing things, and scouts now from Joker. And this is going to be an important scout if you can spot that transport. Does he have? He's got a bomber coming, so he might, seeing that transport, might take the bomber to the island and look for these 3 units to be dropped off. Bomb them right away. There's also a counter transport, so we're going to see Joker and Blackheart take fight over this island, and we see the bomber from Joker. Nice 2 engineers, 104 mass. And of course it is going to hit the power production of the Dream. He can minimize the damage just by starting a new queue. And here it looks like the first person on this island is the Blackheart. Joker with 2 NGs. So 3 versus 2 NGs, and at early time without the help from that bomber. But you could see if that bomber was here, completely turned the game. But let's see if that makes any difference into the future. We're also seeing Engineer here from Tiep. He's walked his way over to this island. Doesn't look like it's going to get a challenge. So there is a possibility that Clan BC, we don't know what that stands for. Could be British Columbia or other things. I think they're all German, so they're not Canadians. I don't think there's actually 3 Canadian players out there. I don't think that's true. I think Uber had the Canadian flag, also some other players. I probably shouldn't say anything. Tiep going with a PGen that looked like a Tech 2-point defense for a second, and I thought, well, he's actually going to be in good position. But otherwise, he seems to be pretty much outnumbered here by Chevy, who is getting a gun in his right hand. Now I think I remember how to remember the UEF. The right hand is the one you usually shoot with unless you're a lefty, and the lefty is where you got your engineering. I think Cybern's are the lefty. Yeah, maybe that's what they're doing. Generally, lefties are a little crazier and smarter, just like Cyber. Of course, there are exceptions to the lefty genius rule, but they are quite rare. But unfortunately, I can't claim that. The Dream has got the gun and Tech 2 engineering. He's ready to go do battle. Freshie, he's got the gun. At least it looks like it. Yeah, he might have it. He's getting, no, he's just getting the gun. We are going to see a Navy from Tip. We might see a fight. Looks like Joker might challenge. Of course, no surprises on the bottom island. Now we see an assault. Tip with only P-Gens is in quite a bit of trouble. Chevy just got the gun and then started running things over. Quite a few Tech 1 units for Tip. He might be able to survive, but he's in huge trouble. Chevy's just not asking any questions, just rushing in. We see emergency here from the Dream. So we see both Freshy and Chevy going in at once, and you can see Tip will be saved, but that might get the Dream in trouble. Actually, Dream carrying his team here, getting Tech 2 point defenses, Tech 1 point defenses to held off Freshy and saving Tip. Tip now with a Tech 2 point defense actually does have the Tech 2 engineering suite. Meanwhile, Chevy, 31 kills, an excellent assault, took out a whole bunch of position, actually killed a whole bunch of units. Going to get a nice reclamation. Love to see him send some engineers in here. Always nice to have trailing engineers behind your attacking force, building things like radar, emergency anti-air, and of course grabbing this mass. Always want to think about what you're going to do after you win, or how you will manage your emergency situations, and you can't really do that without a nice team of Tech 1 NGs, and that's where you have your Tech 1 tech, your Tech 1 point defense, Tech 1. Oh, this could be a great bomb. I'm waiting for it to fall. It does not fall. I can't believe it. Good defense from Blackheart. That would have been devastating. Also see an assault here from Freshy, but these Tech 2 point defenses from the Dream. The Dream playing extremely well. Total disaster for Tip. He is getting a couple Tech 2 point defenses. He's going to get a new front. And with Tech 2 point defense, it's going to be very difficult for Chevy to do much. He might consider just taking this mass. And actually, this Tech 2 point defense, very important, will deny some of these NGs. Might save some of this mass. So that's one point defense you might actually think about killing if you're Chevy with a nice RD push in order to grab this mass. Of course, now there are other point defenses going up for Tip, but of course he is in trouble. We've also seen non-stop Tech 1 bombing from Joker here all game. Of course, he's got some great targets, but actually, this is not good now for the Dream. Here's Freshy just completely went around the Tech 2 point defenses, and now he's going to be killing Tech 2. We're seeing Tech 2 air from Blackheart, but Tech 2 mask structure is not something you want to lose at minute 12. It really sets you back. I'd love to see gunships. Yeah, gunships from Blackheart. So we see now that the Team Clan BC is always having to save their allies first. Tip was saved. The Dream, not quite saved yet, actually being devastated, but we'll get some help. Let's see what a massive air force now coming in from Joker. This will be an important fight. And even though these are Tech 2, they might not be able to get this victory because this is just massive numbers. We're also seeing a drop getting readied by Joker. Some flak for Blackheart. Blackheart going for resource allocation. So Blackheart still, even though everything's on fire, Tip surviving with Tech 2 point defenses. The Dream absolutely getting ran over. And we got the back player getting resource allocation. So he feels like if he gets a huge eco, he will be able to get his team back. Let's see if that works out, because map control definitely not in their favor. And this is good. Engineers from Tip going in, trying to steal mass from the battlefield. It's a bit complacent from Chevy. Chevy also with Tech 2 on the field. Mobile missile launchers, those will take out the Tech 2 point defenses. That's going to be a problem. It's basically the clock is ticking here for Tip. Gunships for a Joker. Those could also be used very well to take care of those Tech 2 point defenses. We're seeing it happen because this will be a significant force with which Tip won't be able to deal with Tech 2 point defenses. He might consider a whole bunch of Tech 1. He's also got shields and TMD. Let's see if he can finish that in time. Most likely it won't be. You also see mobile missile launchers from Freshy. It's going to be denying Tech 2 point defenses, so trying to break the front of the Dream's base. Meanwhile, gunships from Joker going to work. So resource allocation. He's only got one, but he's got Tech 3 Air, he's got ASF. Yeah, they're going to come in, clean up these gunships. That's first priority. Still a lot of Tech 1, so we're going to see Tech 3 versus Tech 1. Numbers versus Tech. And at this point, I don't really like the numbers for Blackheart, but he's getting more. And actually, I think the ASF are going to win. He's about to take air control. More Tech 1 being thrown in, but now it's basically no chance. So Joker needs to do something about air, because the strategy for Blackheart is working, at least for air defense. Of course, now Tiep has completely lost his base. We're seeing Tech 1 point defense is going up. He needs as many as possible. The other team is going to want to target the power, which is actually a bad move, because there is now resource allocations on the ACU. He can go ahead and kill the power. Blackheart will go ahead and reclaim it. Tech 1 point defense is going in, and this is actually not a very good assault from Chevy. It would have been better if he went after the Dream, which is not really protected that well, or some of these other mass extraction. Instead, running into a whole bunch of Tech 1 point defense is just a whole bunch of mass for Blackheart. He's got massive amounts of power and massive amounts of engineers to use all that. He's going to go for a second resource allocation. And now the gunships are going to rule the sky. The next option for topside, of course, is Tech 2 flak. Doesn't look like Chevy has switched to that yet. We do see Freshy has. So air is pretty good, but eventually if you get enough onto air with your forces, Tech 1, Tech 2 doesn't have to be too much as long as you have volume. Actually, I think Tech 3 here might be a bad idea because of the ACUs, which will be fighting for their life, which will be overcharging. Unless, of course, you get a huge amount, but I think it'd be faster just make massive amounts of shields and arty, and just run everything over. Shields, flak, and arty would be a very good composition for the top side. And now we're going to see mobile missile launchers in flak. So I'm saying, yeah, shields, flak, and arty. Hopefully that's what I said. I'm still tripping here. The Dream is going to start fighting with bare hands here. He does have a gun. And this is the Tech 2 Mongoose, flak. Not enough artillery, I don't think. And here we're seeing ASF actually get smashed by flak. And now this is a problem. Something else is going to have to be done by Blackheart. He doesn't have too much mass. He got a little bit of reclaim. He's making resties. So resties, with enough micro, of course, they can get around a couple of flak. They don't want to be taking on large amounts of flak. Maybe Blackheart, yeah, with ACU is going to take the flag. This is no longer his anti-air. Resties will clean that up. Meanwhile, Freshy putting more pressure on with his Ilshevas. And now looking at the top side, looks like Tech 3 is planned for Chevy. On the sides, Blackheart just basically taking up the Tech 2. On the other side, we're seeing flak and Tech 2 air being produced. Only Tech 1 flak. So this is very vulnerable against resties. But there is a massive Tech 2 air spam. Tech 3 air spam from Joker. Joker no resource allocation, just sitting on a couple Tech 2 power generators. So way behind in power, the top side. And let's see how much these resties can do. Tiep surviving, 36 kills. He's got Tech 2 power, a couple Tech 2 point defenses. He will be facing Tech 3 land very soon. One thing I'd like to get feedback on, if I'm moving the camera around too much, sometimes I find that might get a little annoying to people. So maybe it'd be better if I just set it like this and watch. Then it's harder to see exactly what's going on. So it looks like it's definitely working out. This Air Force is working out to grab the base back for Tiep. And actually, map control, definitely on the Dream side here, not very good. Tech 1 actually anti-air defense here. Some Ilshevas. But Tiep is well on his way to grabbing back his side. And Restore is going really deep. I'm not really sure if this was a mistake or what. Why are they doing out there? At least a couple of them will die. Of course, resties do have anti-air. And now, yeah, it looks like there is ASF for Blackheart, but so many resties sacrificed here. And actually, All of them are going to be sacrificed. So that's a whole bunch of mass. A big mistake from Blackheart. That was a good enough force to take out that whole island. Instead, it was just sort of thrown away. Another resty force out. Surprised these Tech 1 power generators haven't been reclaimed. We're seeing defensive position. Blackheart getting more Tech 2 power. Surprising, and yeah, he's got both the resource allocations. And Strat Bomber's now for Blackheart. Blackheart is going to start going for kills. Feels like he still has a certain period of time where he's going to have air control. And with a couple bombers, of course, shields, yes, have been nerfed slightly. Not really sure exactly what the nerfs are for mobile shields versus not mobile shields. But, yeah, have definitely been weaker, especially when they're overlapping. Freshie now, it looks like it's Tech 2 ACU. 14,500 health, and that is very vulnerable against this Air Force. So Freshie might pay with his life, and given that these games are played with no give, losing your ACU means you lose your whole base. And looking at this game, I think Freshie might be in trouble. And that's going to completely turn the game. Chevy underwater. Tech 3 power for Blackheart. So Blackheart also getting eco, but he's got to be wary of a massive air force getting built up by Joker. Joker with double resource allocation. He's definitely straight into the Tech 3 spam. He's also got a whole bunch of Tech 2, so this air advantage for Blackheart might not last much longer if he wants to kill somebody, which I'm pretty sure he does, given these, now that they have just been spotted. So I expect the air force from Joker to be standing by to save Freshie. I think this is the moment to go in. You can go in with the restores, knock down the shields, come in with a couple bombers, it's over, and you're right back in the game actually winning. But the Blackheart is not pulling the trigger. Instead, it's just taking. Yeah, Freshie just giving the game away right here, but BC is not taking it. Oh, now it's a little less likely. A whole bunch of flak coming in for Freshie. This will definitely counter the restores, but won't counter the strats. More restores. And this would be a great fight to have a massive air fight for the top side. Great place. Freshie needs a couple more shields, or just needs to retreat as far as possible. More Ilstrovas on a raid. Not sure if yeah, it looks like BC's got resource allocation, a whole bunch of Tech 3 mask extractors. So the eco for BC is huge, actually. The eco for the Dream is pretty decent at the Tech 2 stage. And we got mostly Tech 2 and an air spam. Tech 3 land spam. The eco for Chevy also pretty good, but Tiep and Blackheart have two very massive ecos, and very disappointed that Fresh is still alive. Not really sure what the plan is now, but now it's looking like it's going to go deeper into this game. I'm actually going to speed this up. Surprised this hasn't been assaulted yet, and now it's going to have some Tech 3 anti-air. It's going to be very valuable. 3 Tech 3 mask extractors. Also no Navy at all, and now we got the Tech 3 force from Chevy moving in. See how much damage that does. Of course, we might see Tech 3 point defense from TF, because that Tech 3 stage doesn't have too much defense, especially not against a force like this. And he's getting more eco. A couple Ravagers would be nice. Actually, he needs artillery, because Tech 3 mobile missile launchers, they can outrange the Ravager. And Blackheart realizes Tech 3 air from 2 different players, and the feeling of having air control is gonna leave very quickly. which they definitely don't have air control. Chicken for Freshie. After he gets Tech 3, I'm assuming. No, he's already started. Tiep now in trouble. Actually, some Percy's here as well. Tech 3-point defense and artillery hitting his base. So let's see how quickly Tiep can get his defense up. Take 1-point defense, definitely the right choice, plus overcharges, but of course that's not the gun. That's resource allocation. It's just meant to scare people into thinking he's got it. Tech 3-point defense is not going to force Blackheart back, at least temporarily. There is of course Tech 3 artillery, which does outrange Tech 3-point defense. And what? Well, dang. I guess a GC from Blackheart went in and killed Freshie. And now a massive Air Force fight. We did see a whole bunch of Strat bombers from Joker. Well, that just escalated like really quickly. So what we just saw was basically a couple split seconds where a GC killed Freshie. I didn't even see the GC gets constructed. Blackheart, we did see a response from air from Joker, a whole bunch of strats that did force the GC back. GC actually almost dead. One more bomb would have finished him. It was a massive air fight that looks like Joker has pulled out of. Now a lot of reclaim in this position. Of course, the game completely turned. Joker is now going to have to come in and grab all this base. That's going to be a huge amount to reclaim. Of course, chicken here is probably nearly complete. It's not going to be taken by Joker. It's a really good use of the island here. Massive air spam. Still quite a few Strat bombers as well. It looks like Joker has pulled them back. You might be thinking about a snipe. Also seeing a fatty in this force now. RD and Flak getting behind Tiep's base. There isn't too many good direct fire units here, but they just sit here and start bombarding. Actually hitting these engineers would be the best target. Not sure if that's what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to run into Tech 1-point defense. And where are they lobbing these? Looks like it's Tech 3 power. Much more difficult to kill Tech 3 power than engineers. So Flak sneak in, that's not going to do much. Here's the GC was killed or perhaps even recycled. Going to make a fresh one. Tech 3 power and fatties from the top side. So 3 versus 2. Fatty, GCs, and perhaps air control from the bottom. See if they decide to make a move. We're seeing a fatty just started. Of course, it's much easier to kill a fatty while it's being constructed. It still doesn't have its shield, so any kind of bombs or snipes. Very effective. And now Resty's being thrown away by Chevy. That's just tragic. They need to run away. Huge cloud of restorers. Strat bombers. That's so many Strat bombers. I think somebody's going to pay with their life very soon. We're going to see an air fight. The Resty's not going to pull back. And this is perfect placement on the Flak. It's exactly where you want to have the fight. Great tease there from Blackheart. You can tell Blackheart knows exactly what he's doing in there. And now it's just murder of a massive air force. Strats coming in. What are they sniping at? Looks like it's Tiep. Oh, and in one pass they weren't able to kill him. Some good air for Blackheart. He did defended very well. Looks like the Tech 3, Tech 2 shields allowed Tiep to survive. What are they getting now? Shield? Yeah, that's not surprising. And now Restorers are going to kill the GC. Swift the battle between the GCs. Those fatties coming in. More GCs, and this is looking really bad now for the top side. We've seen a big turnaround in this one. So I guess ecoing and throwing your teammates under a bus but having them not die. It's a very good move from Blackheart because he's made that GC to kill Freshie now. Total air control plus another GC, and now this fatty here. Looks like it will be saved. It is a little vulnerable now, but it's in direct fire of Chevy's base. Is going to lose his Tech 3 production. Of course, Freshie's base is just being rebuilt. These restores can clean it up very quickly. And yeah, that was a bit of a disaster there. Wrong place to fight for the top side. Everything went wrong. Of course, that snipe didn't quite work. And now they lost experimental fights. And we're going to see another failed air fight. Blackheart's going to win. Of course, this flak is not going to help. 2 fatties. And that's basically the end of Chevy's base. Chevy's going to make a nuke. Let's see if he actually gets to finish that. Joker with a good eco, but it doesn't look like he has enough engineers. One big difference between this base and this base is the volume of engies. But one thing we can't forget, though, there are 2 factories for Joker, so he's got very good production as well. I think it's really the fact that he fought air in the wrong place. Also good micro, it seems, from Blackheart. And there you go, the Tech 3 mask extractors. It's basically a 41-minute game. This is going to be over shortly. Not much that can be done. Actually, the restorers can just go in and kill Joker right now. Chevy's underwater. Of course, you can say this is can't be countered. Flak counters these very nicely, just that we don't always make flak. Some Tech 2 gunships on the case as well. Under fire from Tech 3. Fatty's now run over Chevy's base completely. Start firing the Joker. ASF from Tiep. Actually, Tiep, this entire game we basically just survived a couple times. The first assault, the snipe, did just enough for that. The Dream saved him in the very beginning. And now we're actually seeing, there he goes, Joker. Chevy's still in the water. The Dream saved Tiep, and Tiep got ran over. And then, of course, Blackheart saved the Dream. And then got some experimentals, seeing nukes and chickens. I don't think Chevy is in position to win this one. Let's see how long it takes them to figure out where he is. All you need is Tech 3 radar and some torpedo launchers. They're still looking. Now they got scouts and torpedo bombers, and it's going to be over. It did take them a little while, though. So at this point, you're just basically hoping that everybody's internet connection dies except yours, which would give Chevy the win, but that doesn't happen. So hopefully people enjoy this one.